Um, the individual that we like the Xanthar Guild's members, the name they gave up. I forgot her name that we
Ooh,
found out. Ursula, thank you.
Ursula,
I was like, I knew it was something. I was like, a Little Mermaid. I wrote my notes, Little Mermaid. um, I think the last line would just be, Ursula ? And then he would think of Vane and release the uh, the paper bird. Almost like crane, but
yeah. Is Soren? Are you walking with me since you got to head north too?
Yeah, it would make sense that we would head together, I'd say.
Um, I would like to envision that because we don't really know each other. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a little bit of an awkward walk. Um, Probably not saying much, if anything at all. But then out of nowhere, I'd be like, "So, Soren, are you accustomed to seeing dead people? Is that normal in your line of work?"
Lately, I've seen a lot more dead people than I've ever seen. But no, not typically. Usually it's money and sweat and smoke and hammers. This is this is new for me. The violence is something that doesn't bother me too much, but the death is. And then I kind of shudder, and you can see that Soren's not accustomed to seeing dead people.
Yes, I
He's
think I
trying to
know.
act tough, but he's pretty meek about it.
Do I pick up on that?
Yeah, I would say for sure. He's not hiding it.
Yes. Well, I think today was actually my first day seeing, uh, I guess, dead people. Um, I'm sure a lot of them were bad in many people's eyes for the things that they do, but part of me can't help shake the feeling that they had families and, you know, death isn't inherently bad, so to speak, but murder, you also don't know if they were being murdered for something they did or if they were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Um, have eh, have you killed anyone, perchance?
I've never killed. No, this is and still haven't, I guess. And then I kind of give you a smile since we, kind of walked away from that without on a bit of a moral high ground, not having killed anybody. Um, so here's what I find helps me. I sell blades. I sell weapons that kill people. It puts my mind at ease to understand that I'm not the one killing them. It's just business as usual. This city will swallow people whole. It'll make good people evil. It's what you do at the end of the day, and the fact that you feel this way that helps you understand that you're a good person.
If you knew your weapons were being sold to killers, would that change your mind?
And he gives you a big smile, kind of drops the act a little bit and goes, not at all. That's business, baby.
Fair enough. Um, well, for what it's worth, um, I'm glad you didn't die tonight. I'm not sure where this takes us, but yeah, I mean, hopefully we don't have to kill. Again? Not again? Not really sure what happened tonight. Um, Rin and Haven. Rin hasn't really said much, but Haven seems to be the talkative type. Would you agree?
Oh, he likes to talk.
Yeah. It's awkward now. We just talked about death, and now we're just like, yeah, this guy talks, this guy doesn't.
Yeah. But he's also very powerful, and I think tonight would have gone much different without him at our side. Rin as well. There's a demon in that child, and well, no, sorry, not child. There's a demon in that man, and frankly, tonight I'm happy that demon came out. We would have been screwed otherwise. You too. You did great. We really came together.
Yeah, thank you. Speaking of demons, is it really a good thing that he has a quote unquote demon? Or are you being figurative, not literal.
Absolutely not. But did you see that sword? Oh,
Yes, it was quite the spectacle, but yeah. Did you make eye contact with him? It was kind of I'm used to making eye contact with people, but making eye contact with Rin, it was I don't know, it was almost carnal in a sense. Like he was going to eat me. If you know what I mean? Not like physically eat me, but like he was like consuming my presence. I don't know how to describe it. It's like being in the presence of something that shouldn't be there.
I hear you. And I look at you straight in the eyes and I look with all seriousness and I say, listen, let's watch each other's backs when around Rin because we don't know we don't know what he's capable of.
Sure. Yes. 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 Absolutely. But I'm just right up over here, over on Many Cats Alley, as we walk past the market. Whatever street this is. What is that? Shield Street, like the first street off of Shield Street in Trader's Way. You said if I recall, you and Haven and Rin said you guys would all be here in the morning after you guys take care of a few things, just to meet up and kind of discuss what our next plans are. Is that correct?
I believe so. At dawn, we'll meet back here.
Sure, absolutely. Well, all right. Have a good rest of your evening, Sorn, and then I will awkwardly just walk away with the large painting that I'm carrying of Silvery Moon underneath my arms.
Yeah. And I also at this time, as we're kind of approaching the Copper Cup and I'm leaving Tesh, I do wanna my instincts kick in a little bit. We've been being followed quite a bit, and now that our youngest companion is entering his home, I just want to see if anybody's tailing us, if anything looks suspicious. 15. All right. All right. I rest easy with that thought, kind of drop my shoulders and, make my way back to the switchblade where the thing front and center in my mind is where's Gordon? I hope he's there. Okay. Gotcha. Well, I immediately get to just kind of doing the protocols where we if both of us are going to be away from the shop for a bit, so that's locking the valuables, making sure that the making sure that all the tools and equipment is put away. Don't make anything too flashy, and put the sign on the door front that we're going to be closed for the next couple days, and all orders are going to be on hold unless otherwise noted, and do a small inventory check on just like if there's any you know super important orders that need to be delivered ASAP or not. All right. And then okay. And with that, I'll probably crash.
For me, as I make my way to the Copper Cup, and I make my way inside, I'm gonna have to go upstairs to my room, right? Is my mother awake? Is she like doing the cliche thing, sitting on a chair with the lamp on, just like waiting, or is she sleeping? Instead of waking her, I'll do what I normally do and grab the quilt and put her knitting set aside in the basket she normally puts it in, and I'll just like put it over her, turn off the lamp, and then go upstairs to my room. Um, from there, I'll put the painting down. I won't hide it. I'll just like leave it there somewhere. And then before going to bed, I'm going to spend the next hour, thinking about how our infiltration of the warehouse, right? I could have been a lot smarter about that, right? And I'll tap my beats, and then my spell book would show up like kind of like an Iron Man style, like augmented reality, sort of speak, since I chose a spell shard instead of spell book. And then I'll start drawing on the floor with a piece of chalk, um, the Find Familiar spell. So I'll spend the next hour casting that. And then after that, tiny little bat pops up, just flying around, just hangs around, hangs out in the corner of my room, kind of giving me a sense of ease before I fall asleep, just in case something happens in the middle of the night, have some reassurances that I would be notified in some way, shape, or form, even though that might not be mechanically how it works. And yeah. If there's any disturbances, right? So it's like, go. Excellent.
Such a safe city, beautiful. Ah, I'm gonna move there in retirement.
It's just funny because I'm thinking Haven's and Ren's conversation is completely different than theirs, where it was super serious. Haven is very much Ren. I need to get you a little more prepared before we get to my house, okay? I need you to know that as soon as you step through that door, my mother is going to adopt you. She is that type of personality. You are her child. She will take care of you. She is going to love you to no ends.
Even at this hour, is she still awake?
Oh, she's gonna be up to help Dad.
I guess the same question applies. Is he still awake?
Well, the bacon and everything to be ready by the first light. He's got to get up probably about an hour from now and get started with his day.
I see. I was gonna ask as well. Like, I'm not very and he looks for a word, pious. The closest I've ever been to that is my mother worships Chanti. Quite in the last few years, quite heavily, more heavily. But they're not gonna have an issue with any kind of gestures at his whole head. Are they?
Oh no, they are very accepting people. You'll find out that they're very much just loving, good people who just want the best for this city. So they will have no problems with you at all as long as you're not harming innocent people.
Well,
I can't promise that you're not going to get a big mom hug in the morning and filled with food.
I'll take the food. But we'll see on the hug. I guess. And he kind of like not like dismisses it, but it's one of those. He's maybe get the feeling he's not super great with strangers touching him.
Oh, friend, no one escapes mom's hugs. Many have tried, all have
I'm
failed.
I'm envisioning this like muscular woman. I don't know why.
It's you have to remember she's been strong enough to raise 2 boys and have a former paladin of a husband.
How does that work, by the way? Your dad being, I mean, he's retired now?
Yes, went on a great big adventure that I'm sure if we're up when he's still around, you'll hear a tale or two about his days, and it's one of our favorite things to do is listen to him slay the dragon, how he divine smited it.
Oh, so he was an adventurer.
Yes,
I
he
see.
traveled with a Haragon gentleman who was one of his closest allies, a rogue. And then he also traveled with a goblin at some point.
Sounds like he's led a very interesting life. And genuinely, he goes, "I'm quite interested to speak with him. Hopefully, he's not too busy with his morning duties."
Uh, like I said, he's just kind of moves about his day. It's mom you got to be very concerned about because she runs that house. It's her house, and like I said, you will get stuffed full of food. You're gonna have a comfortable night's sleep, and you're gonna get loved as soon as you step through the door.
He just nods and kind of like you see him like deep in thought, and he kind of abruptly changes the subject and goes, "So we've kind of touched on it, Haven, but did you- the warehouse? Did you just divine, that there was nefarious things happening there? But or I guess in my walk of life, usually there's like an information flow. You get told by one person who gets told from another person that that the job was here. How does that work for you? Like, because 12 hours is a long time to wait. I think.
Well, you said you were not a very religious person, correct?
No, not at all.
Well, funny thing is, temples are the number one place where old ladies go to gossip. And you'd be amazed at what little old ladies see and how they're not accounted for what they can see. So, in a way, I have my own information network. A lot of times it's little older ladies who are there dyeing their clothes, getting sheets, doing maybe the house lady that has, witnessed something, hired staff of some nobles who goes unnoticed. And where a good place for them to get that weight off their shoulders is coming to the temple and talking to a cleric or a priest. And sometimes all it takes is just sitting down and acting like you're meditating, and you can hear a doozy of a story or three.
Doesn't that break some sort of like priest worshiper trust? It seems like you don't think I don't not that I am the one to judge, but it seems like you're kind of using them for your information. It kind of gives you a sly smile.
Well, the thing is, I'm not using it for self gain. I'm using it to improve quality of life around them. I think I'd feel differently if I was using it to, put gold in my pocket or gold in your pocket type of thing. This is very much how can I make this city a safer place?
I see. I see. Kind of nods again, and almost like you feel a little. I imagine maybe Haven feels a little interrogated because Rin's gonna change the subject again and be like, "I have a question. I guess on piety. Does And he goes, I apologize. I can't remember who you worship, but whoever you worship, do they actually speak to you? Um, I recently had a strange experience outside Saloon's temple that I can't really explain.
Um, Not normally, but there was an incident that came up several years ago. I was just a child, 8 to 10 years old at the time. And my brother and I were being kids, playing out in front of the bakery and just kind of horsing around and kind of chasing each other. And we ran out to the middle of the road and a cart lost control. And at the last second, my brother pushed me out of the way and he was struck by the cart. And it was one of those things where, you having a paladin of a father you would think would take care of it. And all the praying and all the magic couldn't take care of whatever was the injury from it. And I guess, it just took a sign of faith to come into our life, and kind of where we gain our faith from, that they chose to save my brother's life when they could have easily let him die.
And you believe, and he kind of looks at his notes again. Ilmater saved him. Again, I mean no offense. I'm not familiar at all with these kind of things.
So my father of Tyr, where that's where they spent most of their time praying to. But the brother was a monk cleric like me of Ilmater, who was an older gentleman who's kind of inspired my life choices, and just kind of came in and he put his hair and just told him that it young to suffer, and he had dinner with us and blessed our household, and he was just kind of on his way. And just the ideology of being the one to help people who are suffering has just kind of stayed with me since then.
Well, genuinely, I'm glad your brother is still here with us. I have a sister, and she's very, very important to me. So I imagine, I can imagine how hard that would have been.
Well, I might have young Master Tesh here eventually, because I think they share a lot in common. Arcane person.
Out of game, you're breaking up a little bit. I didn't catch the last part.
Oh, sorry.
Very good.
My brother uses arcade arts as well.
Oh,
So
interesting.
I might have to introduce him to Tesh.
Yes, our young friend, our companion, he's quite skilled.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Oh, Ren said, yeah, our youngest companion, he's very, very skilled. I'm surprised he's not at some sort of any kind of shrugs, looking for like something he's like not familiar with, like just some institution, academy, whatever they call it here.
I'll sneeze to close my window.
Your ears get hot.
uh, you know, sometimes it's just funny how people end up where they need to be to get the guidance that they need.
He kind of Ren just nods along and not wanting to offend. He does not say anything.
Well,
But I was gonna ask Haven.
looks like
And he goes into his coin pouch and I would feel awful not taking advantage. How much do you need for me to stay tonight?
um, if I take a coin from you, I'm not going to be able to sit for a month.
Why? I don't understand.
My mother would be so offended that a guest would pay to stay at our house. That is not how we were raised.
Well, you don't have to necessarily tell her. And he flicks the coin back and forth. And he goes, I understand the cost of food of lodging. It's nothing in the city is cheap. And he kind of gets a little serious tone almost.
No, no, I would have to refuse. Our family's purpose is to help be the citizens of the city any way we can. And you using a guest room is just me helping the person of the city.
He gives you another like sly smile and he goes, "Fine," and he puts the coin expertly back into his pouch. Well, then we'll just say I owe you one.
Oh, if you insist, but I probably won't redeem it.
Haven sounds awesome. I would love to go to his place.
Yeah, I gave yes.
So out of the game, I decided that Haven's family is going to be a absolutely normal for a character of mine. Once in a
Haven, you're cutting out quite a bit. I think you're completely frozen now.
Come back to
Maybe
us.
try reconnecting.
I will be right back.
Yeah, go for it. While he does that, it's kind of funny that in game we're going to his family's bread store. My sister is like omega into making sourdough,
Nice.
and her most recent batch is a chocolate chip and marshmallow bread. Which I looked at it and I was like, that's not happening. I'm not eating that. And I had some like 10 minutes ago, and it's fucking awesome.
Nice.
It was like it was really good. I threw it in the oven for like I don't know, like 5 minutes, and it was great.
I was going to say that, yeah, I decided that Haven was going to have normal parents, normal child. He was just going to have a happy home life and just be.
No, it's breaking again.
Oh,
You're
no,
breaking
yeah.
up again, Jordan.
Hopefully it's not the video, like running the video.
Sometimes that might be the better option. Turn off your camera and maybe the connection will be a bit more stable. I don't know.
Yeah, just for a little bit, maybe. Because it was great last week. That's weird. I try to I look at you guys when I'm
Fortunately,
talking. So it moved.
I had some Wi-Fi issues this past week, so we had an outage for a little. Let me.
Yeah, let's go. Long rest has been completed. Nice.
We are or aren't mentioned.
We are.
God damn.
No names though. Perfect. I like it.
Hmm.
The only name that needs to be there is Tesh. Kidding.
All right. Sorn is definitely, as soon as he gets up, in top of his mind, he understands that he's meeting with the group at the Copper Cup here at sunrise, but he's gonna spend the morning, like as much time as he can, as soon as he wakes up, to talk to the local neighbors, talk to his usuals around the neighborhood, to see if anyone's seen Gordon. Gather whatever intel he can. Any insight into that? Gotcha. This will be Darla, I suppose. I don't know. We're making it up. Morning, Darla. I've actually been looking for Gordon. He haven't seen him. Didn't see him yesterday. Did you see him at all? Come into the shop or leave the shop? Hmm. It's all street. That's the one. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Did he? Was he dressed like he normally would be, or was he? Was he donning his armor and with his famous club on his back? Okay. Well, thank you very much, Darla. Hey, listen. I might not be around much today. Do you think you could kind of just keep an eye on the place, and if you see any suspicious characters coming around, maybe next time we chat, you could let me know, and I flip her a gold piece. Oh, not at all. Not at all. Just been working. A lot of orders coming in from the from the docks, but I think Gordon's on a bit of a gambling binge, so sometimes he leaves for a couple days. So just uh just looking for an extra pair of eyes. Yeah, maybe we'll talk about that soon, not today. And I kind of give her a smile, uh and I guess we'll call it that there. Well, with because yeah, to this tells Soren that maybe he was doing something business as usual, and he maybe forgot to tell him, but he's still very concerned and perplexed by this, and I think the paper bird is where his mind is going to, and maybe that's how he can get a message out to him. He's not assuming the worst quite yet. Oh, sorry. So I was gonna say I was thinking of sending a paper bird. I hadn't planned on it, but you're saying if I do send one, so I do send
Okay.
one, and I get no. And which way did it go? Okay. And I guess in that note, it would basically be, "Where the hell are you? Where the hell are you? Been looking everywhere for you. Meet at the Switchblade? Question mark! Exclamation point." Okay. Okay. I'll remove this one from the inventory, and with that, I'll make my way over to the copper cup. Or
Question
and
before that happens, would I'm assuming in the morning at with Rin and Haven, I'm assuming I would meet his family, or do we slip out before that happens? I think much like a sleepover when you're in like middle school, high school, that you don't know your friend's parents really well yet. Rim would wait until he hears Haven like come to the door, come to the guest room door, or like wait to hear Haven open his door, or something like that.
You know what the funny thing is what you hear is probably Haven and his mother discussing in the hallway. Mom, be quiet. We have a guest. I have a new friend I made yesterday. He's resting in the room. No, Mom, he does not need a clean towel. No, Mom, leave him alone for now. He will be up in a little bit. You can feed him then. Go downstairs.
I think
And then he
at
would
that moment, Rim would probably slowly open the door, just to just to I guess to greet you in the morning.
I hope he didn't wake you.
Oh no, I don't sleep very well, so. But is your out of game? I guess it would. I suppose say your mom went downstairs, but like I think it's but I did sleep later than I would have liked to though. So maybe we should get going to the Copper Cup.
Oh, sure, we can go downstairs, but we're going to have to grab some baked goods on our way to the Kettle Club. I want to bring some of Dad's goods so they have a fresh supply.
Sounds good to me. Um, and we'll lead the way, Avon. I guess time to meet your family. Everyone gives like the sheepish, like, oh god, smile.
So we'll go downstairs and meet the family.
Is it just your mom right now? I guess I don't know the layout. Is it like downstairs? Is it just your mom and down there, or is it like attached to the shop? I guess I don't know.
So it'd be a freestanding house. And downstairs would be a male that kind of looks like Haven with actual hair on his head, reading out of a spell book. Um, just kind of, he's just munching on a croissant carelessly. Just kind of the croissant floats for like Mage Hand is holding the croissant as he eats it as he flips through his spell book. You see a very pretty middle-aged woman. Um, she is just kind of dressed a little ornately than you would typically expect someone in their own home. She is long, kind of silvery blonde hair. Well, actually, you know what? this might be easier if I do it this way than try to describe it with words. I'll post it in our little group chat.
That works too.
So this would be her.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
And this would be his brother. Uh, uh, and she is Ren, you would see as soon as he comes downstairs, he's kind of like, maybe we could sneak out without her noticing us. And that's when he takes a step and steps on the cat's tail. It just wow, and she turns around, big smile on her face, and oh, we have company. And she is going into full mother mode.
Like as she goes to approach, Red will like kind of lean into him and like, Haven, I know adventuring is profitable, but you like looking at both of you, like your brother and your mom, like, are you rich? And be like, oh hello, hi, I'm Rin. I am Haven's associate. Yes, associate. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the warm bed. It was wonderful. As he kind of looks down at his clothes, like feeling very underdressed, very out of place now.
Oh, Nim, do you want me to be her, or would you want to be her?
Oh no, please, no, I fast in the morning. You know, it's great for the to stay lean. I don't need I really appreciate it. I don't need anything extra. Kind of gives like this
You're
like
gonna you're gonna see you're gonna see Haven smirk at Red and go, "Hey, Ma, you know what he really needs? He really he really needs one of those motherly hugs to get him through the day."
Rin will like actually he tries to actually back away and he's kind of just yes thanks you're all very very nice. Uh,
Oh, I would
praise.
never do such a thing.
What am I, a cat? Like Rin actually gets upset. Oh, oh well, yeah, no, we are working together, and I kind of like hesitantly kind of like grab Haven's like shoulder and like, yeah, right, we're um we're investigating something together. And yeah, he kind of like Rin's very very awkward. He does not know what to say to these people.
uh, thanks, Ma. Thanks, Ma. We're gonna head off. We're gonna go see see some other friends. We're doing some work for the temple today, so we're gonna be gone most of the day. I can do that.
Okay. Oh yeah. I just gotta find the K. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ah, there it is. Got it. Oh, it's okay.
How convenient.
I told you, Ren, there was no escaping the hug.
As we leave, like, I know, you warned me. She's very nice. I don't mean to. I just don't like to be touched. It's just a thing. But your mom is very nice.
Don't worry, after a few times you'll get used to it. We all did.
He just nods and he's like, and that's gonna happen more apparently. But anyway, we should get going, right? Because it's I hope I don't want to make them wait. Daylight burning, all that stuff.
Sounds good to me. Off we go.
While we're walking, would Vane have messaged me back, or did I not get anything? It's fine if I didn't. I just really would be curious. Strange, but the good. The synopsis was essentially he gave Vane a synopsis of what happened in the day, how they found the Never Ember. He he asked about Ursula, like with a question mark, and then mentioned that that they're gonna be we would be going into the sewers to find Floon. But he would have said Floon's full name, Floon Blagmar. It would all been very like I wouldn't say typewriter, but very like telegram, like broken up like that.
Good to tell.
Yep. Out of game meaning like that she has a bounty. Got it. Okay. I feel like Rune would know. Yeah.
We gonna
then I
be
imagine,
rich.
yeah, we go be rich. But we'll say like thematically as he'll be like reading as they're walking, and I imagine Haven just kind of going on and on about his family. Unless you disagree, Jordan. Uh, and as you kind of approach the Copper Cup, we're gonna be like, Haven, does Ilmater or do you know how to heal poison? Like kind of as we're opening the door.
Uh, he he can. There are clergymen friends of mine that have that ability. Uh, I currently do not have that ability.
I see. As I hold it open for you, I'm imagining you're like your hands are full with cake and probably bread and whatever else your mom gave you.
Before they would
Yeah.
show up, Tesh would wake up before dawn, go through his normal routines, sweep the stoop, wipe down the counter, wipe down all the tables, sweep the floors. And he normally gets up before his mom. So what he's going to be doing is hanging out, like sitting on a stool just behind the counter, and he'd open up one of his books that Noel has tasked him with reading. Um, Specifically, it's going to be one of three. The one he's looking at is because he just met Haven, right? And he just saw, I guess, a god manifest its powers in such a way that brought a person back from death. He's reading the Celestial Concordance, right? Study of divine hierarchies, reading up about Omater, also reading up about Salune, the god that his master worships. Just trying to understand a bit more about how divine powers work and I guess first person, or I don't even know if that's the right word, other people's accounts of witnessing the powers that be, and just studying up on it, something that he really has been foregoing for a while until his mom wakes up and comes downstairs so they can talk. Um, well, first, good morning to you, Mum. Was there a package? Gotcha. No, not yet. Um, what's with the wide smile? What's in this package? You know I don't like surprises. Just rest assured, I don't think I will. It's been a long night, and there have been many a package talked about. Yeah. But sure, package. Yeah, no, nothing yet. But I wanted to talk with you. Um, saw Sergeant Havard yesterday. He mentioned that you were worried about me, so I'm not sure if you came here beforehand, but I guess I owe you an explanation if you were curious about what I was doing last night. Uh, well, I was out with some friends. You seem to be distracted by this package still. Um, but yeah, I was going to tell you, I had this whole thing prepared, but long story short, um, I was just out with some friends, stopped by the Skewered Dragon, may or may not have found a missing person in the city, and you know, normal stuff.
She's us.
What? Yeah, yeah. Color me surprised. This isn't exactly the reaction I thought I'd get out of you. You know, I almost died yesterday, right? Uh, okay. I'm a little sure. Well, thank you. Yeah, it does feel good doing a little bit of good every now and then. Um, just so you're aware, we'll likely see an uptick in the number of guards or city watch members we see around these parts. Nothing to be worried about, I don't think. Um, but on top of that, I am going to be hosting a couple of friends here this morning, the people I was with last night. Try not to embarrass me, please.
That'll be my cue. You hear, T-boy, you guys open?
It's a term of endearment. I'll go over to the door and be like, and I'll look at him through the glass. It's open, and I'll just turn around and go to the counter.
Oh, and I let myself in and sit down next to a window.
Yeah, morning.
Morning.
You don't have to knock. This is a public establishment. Well, we own it, of course, but we get patrons all the time, and we're open. So, yeah, you sleep well.
Yeah. I've well, not really. No, my patron is missing. We could talk about this later. What? I'll have your finest tea if that exists. I don't know. I don't really drink tea.
Perfect. You see me switch my, I guess, demeanor. The finest teas. I'll look at you. We were up quite late last night. Traumatic experience. Probably didn't eat well. Got just the thing, and then I'll start getting one of the copper kettles from one of the hooks. I'll start brewing a lemon ginger green tea with a splash of honey. Enough for not just you, but for Haven and Rin as well when they get here. And then I'll be like, "Oh, Son, my apologies. This is my mother. Her name is Mara. She owns this establishment. You didn't see his package out there, did you? Before coming in?
Morning to you, Mara. No, no package. And yeah, at the mention of the word package, he's kind of, you could tell he looks nervous.
Stan is. We'll talk about it later. And then I'm just gonna be brewing the tea.
You hear another more knocks at the door.
It's open. Come in.
I hold the door open and imagine Haven, you come in first with your hands full of the package and whatever else.
Haven walks in. Delivery.
What?
Yeah, delivery. Yeah.
The thing that Haven had. What is it? Okay, I'll go outside and get it. It's not the thing that Haven and Rin brought, right?
Yeah.
Oh, fancy stuff. Okay.
Pinky out.
Oh, did you know my mother? Do you know Haven? His family operates a sweet shop down the street, which you obviously know because they're bringing it. Um, is this just a coincidence? Did you? I'll look out Rin and Haven. Did you guys know?
Don't look at me. I'm just along for the ride.
Uh, Haven will give your mom a deep bow of respect. Um, ma'am, my parents send their greetings as always. My mom actually asked me to deliver this for myself, so it was make sure it was taken care of and nothing would happen to it.
Is it your birthday?
No, of course not. What is the? Yeah, I'm
Mama
slightly
Tesh.
confused.
Mama Tesh, is it his birthday? You told her already.
No, of course not. I'm kind of surprised that. Yeah, I was. No,
Because
I
you're
did
famous,
not.
Tesh. And I hold up the newspaper. Second page.
Is there yeah, yeah. Is this is terrible. Um, is there a way, Son, off the record, you're close with Treyon, and doesn't he have like powers, of government officials, being able to suppress the media, of just only reporting out things that are pertinent, not mentioning the fact that we were there at a crime scene?
Soren lets out like a big laugh and slaps the table, and he goes, "Tron? No, he's a dumb grunt. He's, let's just say, he doesn't call any of the shots typically. He's just being told what to do. He doesn't really think for himself very much, as we saw at the Skewered Dragon. He doesn't think more than a step ahead."
Well, and young Master Tesh, I don't know if we want good acts like this buried. This inspires people that there's change happening, that the town's a little bit safer, and they know to be maybe a little bit more on their guard when they're out and about.
Yes, that's all fine and good, but I might. This is bad. Like I could go to prison for this.
Well, it doesn't name you. Exactly.
No, but people know that I can cast magic, and that's not exactly the best thing in my current circumstance.
But they also know I can cast magic.
Yes, but your magic's a little bit different. Um,
I
long
look at
story short,
Tesh's mother and I say, "Does he always overthink these things?" I guess whoever's playing his mother. Hmm. I uh I think it's best not to dwell too much on it. And have you seen this? Look at this calamity croissant. Have a bite. Get some tea in ya. We got some work to do.
oh yes. Bef- as I'm handing you guys tea, I figured you guys could all use something that can help with a long night. This tea here, ginger, lemon, green tea with a splash of honey. It helps boost your circulation, provides some clean energy, a little bit of caffeine, and also helps your digestion. Figured something calming would be better in the morning, considering we haven't eaten, although we have sweets here. Would counterbalance it a bit. I don't think y'all are hearing me. The re- the reason I've been trying to keep this a secret is because I don't exactly have a license to practice magic in the city. And
Hmm.
it's kind of a problem if, I get caught casting magic, if you can imagine. Um, so yeah. I guess I could
Well-
go get the license, considering I have funds now. That might not be a problem.
First warning should just be a slap on the wrist, anyways. Maybe a fine. Nothing too crazy.
Rin will grab or not grab, like go over and pick up like the tea and the teacup, like imagine it's on a plate. And as he sits down, like I'm gonna imagine we're all at a table, he starts drinking it and sitting in a way that feels if you all would feel very not like Rin. It feels very like someone very noble, someone who's like kind of straightens their back, almost crosses their legs and begins sipping it. And for a moment, you see him like realize it, and then he kind of like begins to kind of slouch again and puts the tea down and kind of holds it with like a mug, intentionally.
Well,
I think
Rin,
that's
that is very good tea drinking etiquette that you have there.
Oh, and kind of like and he slouches even further back and like into like the wooden chair, and he completely ignores the question. He goes, "Yeah, how does one go about getting a license for magic? Uh, is that difficult?"
not quite. At least I don't think so. It just requires coin. Um, we just need to go over to the watchful order of magists and protectors. The magistrate, and essentially just purchase one. But then they register you into the system, and essentially, I imagine they would track your every movement, and they would essentially keep their eyes on you in case you practice something nefarious with arcane arts and cause harm to others. It's essentially they're logging you into the system. But again, it just requires coin.
So,
Isn't
would clerics have had to register for this, Nim?
we
So,
legal as hell?
so I've got a question for you then. Does Haven Does Haven have a license, or would Haven need to purchase a license? Oh, eh, Haven would have his license then, because he went breaking a ticket not be something, or breaking a law to get a ticket would not be something he would do. He's the 35 and a 45 type driver.
Rin will kind of
Um,
sorry.
just a little bit retconning a little bit. I imagine just describing the copper cup a little bit as you guys roll up. You'll see like very small, I guess, establishment from the outside, painted like a washed blue. Windows glowing a little bit as my morning routine. I light the candles inside to kind of illuminate the shop in this warm, soft amber light. And it's this way until dawn or till dusk. Sorry. So the first thing I do is light it, do my routine, and then it kind of has like a welcoming, I guess, come on in type of environment. When you guys came in, it smells like the steeping of herbs, and it's very inviting as soon as you open the door. Right, the sign above the door is like a very old, weathered piece of wood. It was hand carved by my mother before I was even born, so it's older than I am. And inside, much like how the outside kind of looks, it's very warm in the way that it's small, but well loved, right? Meaning that me and my mother have really taken good care of this place, has really good bones. Um, Kettles hang from hooks above the countertops, um, catching the morning light, so it illuminates it even more. Shelves are bowed with jars of dried leaves, roots, and flowers in them, and the tables are mismatched, as well as the chairs, right? So it's not like a noble establishment by any means, but it's home, right? And it's very warm, it's very quaint. And when you walk in, much like you walk into another like a library or coffee shop, right? You have a sense that you want to tone your voice down a bit, right? And let others focus and kind of do their thing. Um, it's not until the evening where it kind of turns into a more lively establishment where people are coming back from their long days of work, chit chatting with the other neighbors and their friends, and just catching up on each other's days. But that's the copper cup. Very small, very quaint, very homey.
Also,
You-
before
you
we
guys wanna
move
get-
forward,
you-
is there anyone else in the Copper Cup right now, or is it just us?
Should just be us. Oh, I lied. No, it's all you. Yeah, this is where people go to spill the tea, if you know what I mean.
I seeing as it's kind of like a little bit busier, and I lean into Tesh and I go, is there somewhere we can talk a bit more privately without prying eyes? We should start making plans for the day.
Sure. I mean, there's private courtyard behind we can make access to. You can just go out in the back. Sure, that would be fine. We can go upstairs in my room. You care if it's in the back? My room's not exactly clean. Can imagine.
That sounds good. And Soren kind of gets up, and he's not picking up on the move around a little quietly and everything. He's kind of like, his scabbard's hitting the table as he's getting up, and he's just being loud and clunky. He has no tact in a place like this, and kind of gets up and like blows his nose out on the floor as he's about to enter the courtyard outside. And
Rin kind of gives you a scowl, like as you bump him in some of the tea spills, and Rin's been like actually like kind of like I don't know, like, I don't know the actual word in real life, like kind of saucing the tea, kind of swirling it, kind of taking in the aromas. As you can tell, he's probably at one point in his life very thorough tea enjoyer. And I guess as he's like, "Oh, we're leaving," and he kind of just not downs it, but you see him like take a little sip and take another sip, and like an expert, like kind of you with wine almost, but with tea.
I'll tell my mother, we'll be out back for a little bit. You don't need me here, right? Like you good to go? Thanks for the treats. On my way back, I'll grab pitcher of water that's been infused with like lemon and other like fruits, so that we can kind of just sip on and hydrate ourselves after the tea. Bring out a couple of wooden cups and mugs and stuff. And there is a table out back, right? There's a tree back there as well. So typically a break spot where my mom smokes a dart and just hangs out after a long day.
Rin will try to leave 5 gold pieces on the table if like trying to hide them after what happened with Haven, like Haven not letting him give him money.
I would want to see that. If
Rin
he
would try to
isn't
hide
doing
it.
it as sneakily, yeah.
Rin would try to hide it. I don't know if you want us to roll or not.
Come on, why is it not letting me roll? Come on, man. I gotta refresh.
sneaky.
Good luck.
Yeah, probably not gonna beat that unless I get like a nat 20. So we'll see.
I have faith. You got it.
Let's see.
Oh, okay.
9.
Not even the cleric solve. That's sad.
Oh wow.
That was loud as hell, by the way. The animation that was so loud in my headphones. Yeah, Rin will then like nonchalantly, like not all one, but kind of like space out 5 coins, like very expertly and quietly, like with his like coin trick through from his sleeve onto the table, as I'm assuming we all walk out. Also, as we're walking out, I try to get like behind Tesh and be like, "Isn't the license for to do magic? Isn't that something your school, your academy would have taken care of?"
Yeah, it would if I went to one and just walk out.
I'll kind of be like, "Oh, I didn't. It was just a question." He yells.
Yeah, no, of course not. Yeah, I don't have a formal education, so.
Oh well, then you see, like he nods with different, like a different kind of respect, like like game recognizes game.
Oh, please no. It's nothing. I don't know what you're thinking, but this place is called the Copper Cup, where we sell cups of tea for a copper coin each. Right, so it's not exactly an establishment we use to gain coin. It's more of a fostering an environment where we're welcoming for our friends and neighbors. My mother calls it a place for them to decompress because life is hard. So why did we need to make it harder? We imagine that anyone can come in here and afford a tea. So growing up, just couldn't afford it really.
He goes, understandable. Well, it's a lovely establishment. I like it. I wish my mother and uncle would retire and maybe set up something like this, a little less strenuous on them, and it smells quite a bit better.
Oh yeah, what do they do?
Oh, they run the Lantern's Mare up in the and out of game. I forgot what is the name of the stable ward. Is it the Fleet Ward? I don't know. Nim, what's the name of the ward up top? Stable ward. Sorry, I didn't want to mess it up.
Shantytown. But like further north than that, where
Yeah, it's further north than that though, right?
The stable mare is that what we called it?
The Lantern Mare.
The Lantern Mare.
Field
Field
Ward,
Ward,
thank
that's
you.
the one.
I kept on saying Fleet Ward. Yeah, sorry. There were no pause. Rin would just be like, "Oh, it's the Lantern Mare in the ward up north." I fucked it. I forgot. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
I don't think I've ever been that far up. Do they, just from the name, you deal with horses?
Yeah, it's just your everyday stable.
Stable, yes.
Rinsing out and caring for multiple different horses. Carts, wagons, things the caravans need. Whether from merchants to some local militias. Sometimes the watch. Normally, it's if it's the watch, it's normally like scouting parties leaving. But yes, maybe you say I've seen some of your world. Maybe I'll have you all come up to see some of mine.
Yes, I think I would like that. Yeah, you guys know where this is at, so by all means, stop in for a cup anytime you guys want to. But speaking about last night and I guess our next steps, I believe we were attempting to figure out how to get into the sewers. Does my memory serve me right?
I'm glad you asked. And so, yeah, as you kind of come out inside of the courtyard, Soren's already drawn kind of like a tiny little map of Waterdeep in like the dirt in one corner, and he's kind of like rubbing his face, thinking about like, and he sees you guys kind of coming out, and he's like, all right. So, I've been putting a lot of thought into this and how we need to approach this, and obviously, time is of the essence, as the man is missing and he could be in danger, and our reward is banking on making sure he comes back safely. But I've got some ideas. Tesh, let's hear what you've been thinking.
Well, I remember us last night speaking about potentially sending off one of our planes, our paper planes, instead of just following it. That's an option. I don't think it's a terrible one. I know, Rin, you had mentioned that you were potentially going to reach out to someone you knew, or was that not discussed?
I think I said it out of game. We'll say Rin said it. And Rin will be like, "Oh well, yeah, my contact, he got back to me actually a few minutes ago." And thematically, you see kind of Rin reading this note, and he goes, I will not to step on your toes, Soren, but I think I know where we need to go. And he'll relay that, essentially that we where I don't see that. I can't see the map anymore. Where you linked him, but Ren would kind of would relay without saying Vane's name, or yeah, I wouldn't say anything about Ursula yet, but not there. Sorry, Vane. Nim right here. He'd say, "Oh yeah, on the sewer system near Herd Lane, right by the Godcatcher. Apparently that's what my contact says is the quickest way to get to where they believe this Ursula Floxen is."
You said
Okay,
Herd
this is good.
Lane.
This is good intel for sure. So I say we come prepared for both possibilities, but I think that diplomacy makes the most sense. They got the wrong guy. What's it worth to them? Maybe we can negotiate, not have any violence, and trade something for him, get him back, get him down to the Skewer Dragon into Volo's arms. Everyone wins there. But this poison is concerning. Maybe we prepare for that eventuality.
You said poison.
Just too that life problems are usually better solved head on once again, and we should not be afraid to maybe bonk a head or two if we need to.
Agreed. Yeah.
Speaking of bonking heads, my mentor also in contact also mentioned that this Ursula woman, well, yes, Tesh, to answer the question, he did warn against toxin use, poisons. I briefly asked Haven about if he has anything, curing that. Do you maybe, as another magic user?
Was your uncle said that?
No, and he kind of, you see him kind of stumbling around it. My contact. Yes.
Your contact. Did he describe the poison in any way? Like give characteristics of it or color, smell? Perchance.
Perchance, no. It's and he kind of he'll show you guys the note. Imagine there's some sort of picnic-ish table, like a table out there we're all sitting at, and he kind of puts it on the table or wherever we're nearby, or a barrel. He's very vague. We tend to keep messages short, very to the point.
He specifically mentions antidote. Is that wording intentional? Because magical means may be a possibility.
Rin would think about it for a second and be like, he's never one to mince words or to So if he said antidote in any way, shape, or form, I think that's something that it wasn't a thrown in there by happen chance. It's definitely something he would be concerned about. But I also want to bring up to the knocking of the heads that Haven brought up. I don't know about all of you, but not that I think pauses want to come off as this very incredibly greedy, but there's a large bounty on her head, or I guess bringing her in as well. And coin would go very far for me and my family. So maybe that is also an opportunity. If like Haven said, if she's a bad individual, maybe we can be doing good by stopping her evil activities and kind of see this like a new route for Rin.
Well,
There goes
just think of
diplomacy as an option.
just think of all the innocent people we could help with that funds.
Yeah, if we don't die. Still kind of hyper focused on this toxin that, if I recall through the message 10 minutes ago, it's uncurable. There's no antidote for it. Did I hear that correctly above table?
Yeah. Like I said, it'd be on the note too in front of you. So yeah.
I'd be thinking deep in thought what you guys are discussing. Is there my knowledge of like herbs, right, and the medicinal benefits that they can provide. I know it's a lacking a lot of knowledge other than it's a toxin, it's incurable. But is there a check that I can make to maybe come up with something that could work without being like confident in it? Obviously, it's a shot in the dark, right? But I don't know if there's anything that I know from what I've read or what I know about stuff like that.
And I am
25. Mm.
While they're pulling up.
Even though we don't, yeah, I was gonna say after thinking about it a bit, even though we don't know the true nature of this toxin, um, I do know there are potions out there that would give us some form of resistance to most common poisons. There's also a bezel stone. Do any of y'all know of any place we could potentially procure said items? I know we're close to the market, but I doubt something of this nature would be something you just get in broad daylight.
I kind of I imagine, in my dealings, as kind of like a, yeah, in just my business, whether or not I've come across or I'm familiar with any alchemy shops in the area. Okay, and I share that with I share that with them, and I say, listen, maybe we buy one, pool some of our funds. If we need it, we have it. If we don't need it, we could always sell it back, and no harm.
Just for clarity, I think we need to take the potion prior. I don't think it would cure afterwards. It would be more of like, precautionary to curb. It's like a tetanus shot, if you know what I mean.
Let's see what they got. I say we stop by the apothecary before we head down. But if are we agreeing then that the sewers by the god catchers where we're gonna stake out, where we're gonna go?
That is what I would recommend. Like I said, and he goes almost says mentor again, but he goes, my contact is usually right about these things.
And you trust him?
My life.
All right.
Before we go, though, there was a very important moment that happened this morning that you two need to know about.
Don't do it, Haven. Rinse his thighs.
Tell us, Haven.
Rin got a nice big hug from my mother.
Oh yeah, how did that feel? Was it as Haven gave me a hug yesterday and it was quite comforting?
It was fine. It was fine. He kind of curls his lip underneath, and some of his sharp, his not sharp, but his sharp teeth kind of stick out. It was a hug. Yep. Yeah.
I look at Haven and say, well, if you get poisoned, I'll give you a nice big hug.
Hugs make the world go round, you know. Oh, also, my mother sent this gigantic basket of food supplies too. If anybody's hungry.
I'm good with the sweets. that you brought. Thank you.
Oh, well, this is sandwiches and breads and cheeses and everything we might need for a day's adventure.
Oh,
He's,
you just take
he's
it with
gonna
us.
think if he's not a good mother, he's not gonna let us not take it. So we should just take it.
No argument here.
I take some cheese and put it in my pocket. A little pocket cheese for later.
Who knows?
Yes, the classic pocket cheese.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
couldn't hold it in. It reminds me of in Slay the Spire 2, the freaking cheese, the cheese thing event you can get, the ethereal cheese.
The ethereal cheese.
All right, should we hit up the apothecary?
Let's go.
Let's do
Before
Let's do
that,
it.
I'll meet you guys out front. And then I would go inside and get my mother's attention and try talking to her real quick before leaving.
Before Tesh kind of turns step back in, Haven would just like to catch him real briefly and just go, just remember that fate's a strange thing. Sometimes we're just where we're meant to be. And he'll give you a smile and walk through the shop and make sure to give your mom another deep bow as before he leaves.
I'll look at Sornerin. Do either of you know what that means?
I think it means, if everything hadn't been the way it had, I wouldn't be caffeinated and have cheese in my pockets. So, yeah, I do.
Yes. Of course, if things hadn't happened the way they happened, I wouldn't be potentially on the lookout from being murdered and going into the sewers too. Yes. Excellent. Thank you, Haven. Appreciate it. And I'll just walk in.
All right, off to the apothecary.
Oh, you're
Okay.
muted him.
Yeah.
Yeah, really quick. I'll be like, hey,
sorry.
Mom, I'm going to be just got to go and run an errand. I don't know how long it'll be. My life could be in danger again. Thank you. This is getting a little weird. Next time you could be like, no, you shouldn't do anything dangerous, son. No, you shouldn't get into trouble. Are you going to get injured potentially? Oh, that's bad. That's normal mother stuff. This whole encouragement thing is great, but yeah, it's a little bit weird. Don't tell me what to do, and then I'll walk out. Above table, I know I mentioned the magistrate to get licenses. Where on the map is that? I want to keep like a mental note because Tesh would want to, since his name is potentially out there, he'd want to get that before someone comes asking questions. Okay.
Also above table, would we mind if we take our break shortly? Not to be bathroom. The bathroom calls me. I apologize.
Sweet.
Appreciate it.
See you in a little bit.